I have to start by one exclamation. What an event, what a participation, what a setup. I really want to congratulate you for all this, because I'm sure that now there will be a lot of organizing and protocolar officers who would be taking inspiration and they'll be setting the similar events for the future. Congratulations to all your team. First and foremost, I really would like to add also a few personal remarks to you, dear Oliver, dear President, because I'm indeed delighted for you to take up leadership of this committee following more than a decade of hard work as a member and latterly as a president of the workers group. I admire your dedication, and I think I'm not alone, because we heard a lot of expression of the admiration for your hard work, for your knowledge, and for your close contacts with your colleagues and partners. And I'm sure that you will do your utmost to ensure what you already promised us in your inaugural speech, to make sure that the voices of the civil society and workers in particular are properly heard in the EU institutions and the input used to shape the policies. You are taking office at a particularly challenging time for our Union. Russia's war against Ukraine rages on, while Europeans continue to suffer from the energy and cost of living crisis it has brought about. And now, more than ever, the civil society voices need to be heard. I thank this committee for your support to Ukrainian civil society, including the debates to discuss possible future scenarios and economic, social, political and cultural consequences. So far, the European Union, its member states and its financial institutions have made available more than 67 billion euros to support Ukraine and the Ukrainian people, including 13 billion euros in military assistance. I also want to convey my appreciation for the support you are showing to the Belarusian people suffering under an oppressive authoritarian regime. From an overall point of view, I believe that we are in agreement on where we need to focus our attention. Furthering the twin green and digital transition, ensuring sustainable and affordable energy for the EU and its citizens, tackling the cost of living crisis, increasing the competitiveness of our economy, and all these priorities which have been reflected in the 2023 Commission work programme, which we had the chance to discuss with Oliver yesterday, because your contributions played a very important role in shaping it. And I very much appreciate this spirit of cooperation which exists between the committee and the Commission. For sure we'll be cooperating with Oliver as well as we did with Krista Schwenk, whom I'm seeing is also in the audience. Just a few short months ago, we signed the revised protocol on cooperation, which is designed to ensure the ways we work together and which is more suitable for the times we live and the challenges we face. It is a symbol of the high consideration the Commission has for the committee and its role in the development of the EU policy. Dear President Robke, your manifesto lays out how best to collaborate on a number of issues, and I would like to touch on one of them, and this is strategic foresight, which you also tackled in your introductory remarks. In what some have dubbed a time of perma-crisis, we see increasingly complex and interconnected megatrends challenging more traditional approaches to the policymaking. In turn, that makes strategic foresight an ever more valuable tool for policymakers to explore and anticipate, but also to shape the future. One of the strategic foresight strengths is collective intelligence. That is why we have looked to increase our collaboration with your committee, especially on foresight. And it's why I'm pleased to see your pledge in your manifesto to systematically implement the foresight analysis in your opinions. For example, your input has brought a unique perspective of the civil society organizations to our annual strategic foresight reports. And now more than ever, it is important for EU policymakers to better understand the views and aspirations of the fellow Europeans. So I'm grateful for the support this committee has given to our ongoing preparation of the upcoming 2023 Strategic Foresight Report, which will focus on the issue of sustainability at the heart of EU's open strategic autonomy. It will propose concrete areas of action, looking at linkages between the environmental, economic and social dimensions of sustainability in order to tackle challenges such as going beyond GDP and ensuring inclusive well-being for Europe's current and future generations. For example, we will need to adapt skills to the speed of the transformation brought about by twin transition. And the EU will need to consider the rise of geopolitics and the reconfiguration of globalization. These are just some of the examples of the issues flagged by the committee in recent exchanges on foresight, including your latest opinion, which will help shape the report. Turning to the energy price crisis, which has had a significant impact on our citizens and businesses. I would like to give you an update on the EU energy platform, which was initiated by leaders in April 2022 in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the subsequent energy crisis. We see the platform as an important initiative which aims to ensure high security of energy supply by helping us to bring gas to Europe at more sustainable prices, fill up gas storages ahead of next winter, and more quickly diversify our sources of supply as we finish phasing out Russian gas. Through the platform that I have the privilege to lead, Europe, for the first time ever, will buy gas jointly, thereby leveraging our full political and market weight. I'm pleased to say that the first call for placing demand on the platform was launched yesterday and will remain open until 2nd of May. Working with our service provider company Prisma, we have created an online mechanism called Aggregate EU that helps to aggregate demand for gas from European companies and to proceed with joint tenders. We have also worked with national, international and private financial institutions to provide financial guarantees to those buyers who need them. And we reached out internationally to engage with suppliers from around the world. So the EU energy platform is up and running, and now it is a time to make full use of it ahead of the next winter and the gas storage filling season. Finally, I would like to update you briefly on EU-UK relations. As you are aware, in March, the Commission and the UK government signed the Windsor Framework, representing a new way forward. The framework addresses in a definitive manner the challenges that have arisen in the operation of the protocol on Ireland, Northern Ireland, over the past 2 years. It provides practical solutions to the everyday problems being encountered by people and businesses in Northern Ireland while protecting the EU single market. Our focus now turns to swift implementation of the framework. Reaching agreement would not have been possible without the full support of the EU member states and the institutions, and this committee, of course, among them. The EESC information report on the implementation of EU-UK withdrawal agreement is a good example of this cooperation. The report covers all aspects of the withdrawal agreement, including citizens' rights, both in the UK and in the EU. And I thank the committee and especially the rapporteur Jack O'Connor for the work that went into it. We now count on your support for making the withdrawal agreement work for citizens, which is a common objective of the EU and the United Kingdom. So, dear Oliver, thank you very much for your enthusiasm, for your hard work which you already did for the European Union, which I'm sure you're about to continue, amplify, accelerate and increase. And I really would like to thank all of you for coming to this very important event, and thank you very much for your attention. Looking forward to our work which we will do together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Šefčovič, for reminding us that values like democracy, solidarity, justice, freedom are nothing that can be taken for granted, that we have to fight for them every day again, and that institutions matter. They even matter in so practical things like buying gas together. So, thanks again.